The last movie that I chose was Ghost of Girlfriend's Past. Someone on Rotten Tomatoes said, clever retelling the Dickinson's morality tale, attractive and endearing cast, and sweet message of love and forgiveness. I would have to agree with this, only because I thought it was really interesting the way that they did this movie. I thought that it was very clever for them to use the idea of the ghost like the Christmas movie. I think that it takes a lot of guts to go ahead and try to use the idea that was known from a very famous movie and that people love. And that the fact that they actually did a good job with it is another thing. The cast was a very attractive cast. And honestly, a lot of the time I was laughing at what was being said. I think also they did a good job with bringing in, like, people that they were talking about as the ghosts, and I was really laughing, especially at the first ghost of the one when he was like 10 years old or something, or 16. He was 16 years old and she was his first ever partner that they were with. I was laughing a lot at her. I think that they did a great job being witty. Throughout the movie, I found myself wanting to hate the main character, Connor, because of what he was doing to ladies, but it was also really hard for me to hate him because you really see what made him do everything that he was doing and the influences he had in his life. The end of the movie was honestly really cute. I loved the message about forgiveness and trying to move forward. I think that they were trying to show people that what happens in your past can define a person if you let it, but if you move forward and show the person that you're changing, that your future can be a lot better. If this movie had came out during the Hays Code, there would be a lot of controversy, only because they did do some things like time travel, which I know was something that was not liked, and also they showed women in their undergarments, which would not be allowed back in the time, and they talked about things like sexual intercourse, which was not allowed. The second one was Roger Ebert says, maybe the movie's problems run a little deeper. It's not particularly funny to hear women described and valued exclusively in terms of their function as disposable sexual partners. I would have to agree with this. I know throughout the whole movie, while I was watching, it was really kind of hurting me to hear some of the things that were being said about women. I do think that they were trying to be funny, but some of it was not funny at all. Women have come so far in the world to be known as more than just a body, and I feel like this movie kind of puts us back a little bit. They really used some vulgar language to explain how he wanted to be with a girl or even what he wanted to do with the girl. I just felt like that they may have taken it too far a couple of times. I was laughing at parts. There were parts that I found really funny, but I was not laughing when he was super inappropriate in the movie. There's a huge difference in being funny and making slight jokes and not being funny and just taking it too far. And I think there were some points in the movie where it was not funny and they just kind of took it too far, to the point where it kind of was like, okay, this didn't really need to be said.